Sports 5, number 1.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Hi, we're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Real Sports Live.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6 on F Street in Harlingen. It's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Hi, Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back here as we got the audio going. And now our running play for Mendoza to the right-hand side. He's going to get hit. Pass play incomplete. Thank you, Mr. Fred Garcia, for letting me know the audio issues were something to contend with there. I had my audio sending it over to the guys here in the press box, but wasn't getting it to our broadcast. Now we're set to go. Melba Montemayor, thank you for letting us know on Facebook. We're having some audio issues. Let me know now if you got it. Running play for Mendoza up the middle. Makes a man miss, slides up, got back to the 45-yard line. Ends up gaining 6 on the play, but they were 3rd and 15, or 16 that is. And so 4th down for the Eagles, and they'll have to play field position. 9:33 remaining, all of that pregame talk I did. How about some keys to the game? I'll tell you about it. Weslaco East and our Hacienda Ford keys to the game are going to have to control the line of scrimmage with that big beef and that strong offensive line. They can control the tempo, control the line of scrimmage. They may be able to just march up and down this field. High snap here. Punt is away, a short end-over-end kick. Takes an Eagle bounce, but it's a short punt. They will down it inside the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll take over. For the Eagles, our Hacienda Ford keys to the game are the Eagles are going to have to kind of hang in there. And by hanging in there, I mean Ernesto Mendoza will be the starting quarterback. Normally that position filled by Victor Campos, the senior signal caller, will be available for this ball game, but out for reasons, coach's decision. So if the Eagles can hang in there and stay within striking distance of Weslaco East, then you got to like their chances. The two teams combined 1-3, but don't kid yourself. They're both better teams than that. They easily could be 2-0 versus 2-0. As we watch here. Running play for the Wildcats. That'll be a short gain for Russell Garza, if any. No Garza drop for no gain. Second carry of the evening for 4 yards. Clock running with 8:50 remaining here in the first quarter of play. And Weslaco East, their offense on the field for a second time. This East team was taking snaps inside the 5-second mark on the play clock on that first drive. It was a chop block that actually moved them backwards and took them out of their drive, forced them to punt the ball under center on a second down. Pitch back, and here comes Russell Garza using a block, hit hard, down he goes. Nice tackle in the open field. Coming over there for the Eagles is Diego Escobar, junior defensive back, and that's getting there in time. Blockers were coming, and he slipped through that to deliver that low hit. 3rd and 6 for Weslaco East, and even this is a distance that a team that likes to just chalk up yards after yard after yard on the ground can get a little out of their comfort zone. Call this 3rd and long for the Wildcats. Under center is Ramsey Vasquez. I formation behind him. On 3rd down, appears to be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 2. Better hurry. Under center, and he will not get it off. They call a timeout first. They did. Timeout called by Weslaco East, and Coach Burgett wants to have a word with his squad. He wanted the clock to go down, but not to 0. Back after this. Winner at Hanna Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beat stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a 5th wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy-duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Hanna Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Back here after a timeout call, and again, Coach Burgett with some words for his offense. Michael Burgett, longtime coach. Here come the Wildcats on the run, out across the 30-yard line. Down right at the 30. That's short of first down yardage. And with 7:25 and counting here in the first quarter, looks like Hanna may force the Wildcats to punt for a second time in the game. Vasquez also goes to the sideline, limping just a bit for the Wildcats. We'll watch that. as it plays out. 2 drives for Weslaco East. Nothing to show for it, but there is a fourth and you're going to call it 2.5. It could be decision time, but Coach Burgett will send in the punt team. And back to punt is Javi Garza. You got to watch him. He was warming up as one of the quarterbacks in the mix during their pregame warm-ups. So he does have the ability to utilize his legs and his arm. Before the snap, whistle blows.
The offense, number 9.
That'll be a delay of game against Weslaco East, so 5 yards further back. Now the Eagles will get a good field position to start their second drive. At least on paper, that appears to be the case. Punt is away, and it's a high end-over-end short kick. Takes a bounce for the Eagles back into Wildcat territory, and it's dropped at the 41.5. And so for a second time in this game, the Hanna Eagles will start a drive in Weslaco East territory. We thank you again for joining us. This game brought to you in part by Hacienda Ford out of Edinburgh, Texas, in the market for a new car or a used car. Hacienda Ford is your spot, assisting us and being a part of the community and showcasing these athletes here on Rio Sports Live. Also, one of the sponsors tonight on the Sam Stadium scoreboard, IBC Bank, and also Cane's Chicken. Running play for the Eagles. That's up the middle and a short gain. Robles on the carry. Brandon Robles, that's his second carry of the evening. Actually stumbled there, so gained a yard. Might have had a chance to gain more than that had he had his feet about him. Second down for Mendoza. He's going to run an option, swings out to the right side. Now he fakes the pass, takes on a couple of tacklers, stretches forward, trying to get to that 35-yard line. Brought down there. And 3rd and 4 now coming up for the Hanna Eagles, and the field position again in favor of the Eagles as all of this quarter has been played on this half of the midfield stripe. Penalty flag before this snap. So a 5-yard penalty against the Hanna Eagles, and that's what happened to them in their first drive. And we're limited on carries by this Weslaco East team, and then a penalty was in the mix, forcing them to punt on their first possession of the game. Now on 3rd down. Quarterback keeper up the middle, drives forward, got back to the 35-yard line. So Ernesto Mendoza able to get the penalty yards back. And now Hanna facing a 4th and 4 from the Weslaco East 35. Bit of a decision time here for Coach Mark Guess and the Eagles. Clock running at 5:14 and counting here in the first half. Eagles keep the offense on the field. 3 receiver set right side. Mendoza gonna run. Right side, looking, fires a pass. Got a man open. Caught, first down. Eagles down to the 20-yard line as Mendoza finds Alex Gracia. And Mendoza did a nice job that time. You can see here, he waited, knew somebody was coming to hit him. And Gracia was able to find a seam in that defense for the first down for the Eagles. Now Mendoza gonna run, makes a man miss, takes it forward, got down inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. Mendoza now 1 of 2 in the passing game. And on that carry, he'll account for, call it a 4-yard gain. So on 4 carries, he's got 20 yards. Most of this offense right here. Mendoza, the quarterback, swings a pass on the left-hand side. That's caught down inside the 10-yard line. Then a hit comes after the play. No flag, as that was a borderline right there. Catch was made by Ethan Pena, sophomore wideout. That'll be good enough for 10 yards. And a first down for Hanna. Pena's first catch of the evening, Mendoza's second completion. Now a running play as here comes Robles. Got inside the 5, got it down to around the 1-yard line on a carry by Robles. Brandon Robles and the Hanna Eagles now banging on the door. 2nd and goal, mark it down at the 2 of the Wildcats of Weslaco East. Hanna platooning players off that sideline, in and out. Trying to keep fresh legs in there with Ernesto Mendoza running the show. And the Eagles on 2nd and goal. Robles back there with Mendoza. Mendoza going to run, tries to get to the outside, takes on a tackler, got to the end zone, and touchdown Eagles. Ernesto Mendoza stayed on his feet, but now wait a minute, let's see if there's a call. And it will score, and watch this, here it is. He knew he was going to get hit again. Mendoza, though, once he got to the end zone, stands up tall, and the Hanna Eagles take a 6-0 lead. Extra point coming up. Kicks here at Sam Stadium have been important, so Thomas Green, all eyes on him. Booms this one away, high, long, and good. Eagles 7, Wildcats nothing, 3:21 left, kickoff coming up.
Real Sports Live. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Bring it back here as the marching band for the Hanna Eagles down there performing to what is another big crowd, a home crowd here at Sam Stadium on a Saturday night. Trying to cheer this Eagle team on. Right now they put 7 points on the board for the backup quarterback in at the game. And so the Weslaco East Wildcats will get their hands on the football for a 3rd time tonight. Ramsey Vasquez back to return a kick. Also back with him is Hector Muniz. Kick in the direction of Vasquez. Middle of the field, 15-yard line to the 20 in a hurry to the 25. Spins away, got to the 30-yard line, rides forward to the 33. And that's where Weslaco East will take over in this first quarter. And here comes the Wildcat offense back on the field. Again, I talked about it. My hacienda forward keys to the game. Offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage for Weslaco East. A big key factor in this game. Another one is, can Hanna move the ball, keep within striking distance, or maybe even look greedier than that, have a lead with a backup quarterback in the ball game for a sustained period of time. First down play for the Wildcats. Shotgun formation this time for Ramsey Vasquez. Man in motion, goes right to left. It's Vasquez on a keeper. Spins past a defender, got down to the 40-yard line. That's a strong 7-yard gain for Ramsey Vasquez. You look at this Wildcat team right now. 6 carries, 25 yards on the ground. That's averaging 4.2. Any coach that likes to utilize the running game will say, guarantee me an average of 4 yards a game, or 4 yards per carry. We're going to run it every time. Guarantee me 3, I'll go for it on 4th down. If you guarantee me 3. So right now, Coach Burgett and company, 2nd and short, call it 3 yards to go. Pitch out, and here comes Russell Garza. First down and more down the sideline. Garza gets across the 50 into Hanna territory. 11 yards on that carry for Russell Garza. For the first time on the night, the football will sit on the Hanna side of the midfield stripe as it's down to the Eagles, 47. For Garza now, 4 carries, 17 yards. He's averaging 4.3 yards a carry. Ramsey Vasquez, the quarterback, 3 carries for 19 yards. Vasquez turns, hands it off. Here he comes again. This is Garza. Gets a good 6 yards on the play. Clock running with 1:55 left here in the first quarter. Weslaco East trying to respond to the Hanna Eagles kickoff. Fans watching us out there, wherever you may be, give us a shout out where you may be watching the game from. It's always neat to see where fans are tuning in on our broadcast. Had some good ones last night on a Friday night, but these Saturday and Thursday games, when we can go video, is fun stuff. Here's Vasquez after taking a pitch out. Takes it inside the 40-yard line, marked out at the 35. So an 8-yard gain for Ramsey Vasquez, and the chains will move for Weslaco East. Their offense now has dialed it in. Remember, their first 2 drives were thwarted by penalties, assisting the Hanna defense. Clock stops as Vasquez was taken out of bounds. Play clock down to 13. Game clock at a minute 27. Under center. Pitch back, and here comes Vasquez again. On that left side, got a first down and a bunch more. Down the sideline, down to the 15-yard line. Vasquez nearly broke that for 6. Takes it for 17 yards, and that's good, strong running after the initial hit by Ramsey Vasquez. He's now got 5 carries for 44 yards. So now a first down play for the Wildcats. Quick run here up the middle, and short yardage for Russell Garza. But you can see when this Wildcat team is operating on all cylinders, anyone that runs the football fars forward. In that case, Garza was hit 2 yards back from where he actually was spotted down. They get those legs churning, and they just keep the momentum moving downhill. Speaking of moving, clock already down under a minute here in the first quarter of play. Play clock down to 13. Under center is Edward Villalobos. 2 backs behind him in the backfield. Second man through. Here comes Russell Garza again. Stood up this time. Garza got to the 10-yard line. That'll be short of first down yardage by about 3 for Weslaco East. And if they don't want to take a snap before the second quarter begins, if Hanna doesn't take a timeout, they can do just that. Coach Burgett sends a play in from the sideline. Again, most of their snaps are happening inside the 10-second mark on the play clock. If they get to there, we won't take a snap. They're up to the line of scrimmage. Game clock down to 5 seconds. Under center, they will take a snap. Final play of the first quarter, running play, and nothing doing. Ramsey Vasquez hit and thrown down. And the Hanna Eagles force a 4th down. 4th and 6 coming up from the Eagle 12. Wildcats with the football, trailing by 7. This is Real Sports Live in conjunction with KBSDI TV, Brownsville, Texas, from Sam Stadium on a Saturday night.
Watching Real Sports Live.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Bring it back here real quick. Want to send out shout out to Joey Bald up in San Antonio, Texas. Hope the new job is going great for you, young man, and may all the stars shine brightly for you as you continue your pursuit of that career within sports. 4th down play for the Weslaco East Wildcats as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And they appear to be going for it here from the Hanna 13. They got to get it inside the 7 to be assured of a first down. Vasquez out of a shotgun, sends a man in motion, and he'll run it himself up the middle. Got a first down and more. Vasquez to the house. Ramsey Vasquez on 4th down takes it in for 6. And that time, just a huge hole opened up for Vasquez right up the middle. So a gamble on 4th down pays off for Coach Burgett and the Weslaco East Wildcats, and they'll now be kicking the extra point. Again, extra point's important here at Sam Stadium. We'll talk more about that. Gilbert Garza, the kicker, slices that one through. Tie game, 7 apiece. Eagles get the football after this.
Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Fans, two things right there during our break. As you see the Pioneer football team on there saying thanks for watching Rio Sports Live. Our appreciation to all the schools and all the teams, all the coaches that allow the players to engage in that. Makes for the broadcast to be just a little more energetic and more down to home to life for these players as they get a chance just to kind of be in front of the camera without a lot of pressure. Secondly, you saw that advertisement there for the fishing tournament in Port Mansfield. That's coming up in October, and that is assisting players. So fans, as you're watching out there, chance to go have some fun, catch some fish, maybe win a prize, and more importantly, help some athletes, which is important here. Kickoff deep for the Eagles. They'll drop it in the end zone and bring it out. Cross to the 5, to the 10, and to the 15-yard line, but that's it. Brian Trinidad, the junior, elected to bring that out of the end zone. And now the Hanna Eagles offense will come back onto the football field. Tied at 7 apiece. I see one of the Sam Stadium scoreboard sponsors is Cane's Chicken. I always try to talk about the scoreboard sponsors for these schools that are assisting us in our broadcast. The neat thing about the Cane's Challenge is that they give out these coupons when you come to Sam Stadium, and if the home team gets a win, well, then you get to go buy a combo and you get one free. I did that this week, and it works. So come to Sam Stadium, be sure you get one of the Cane's Chicken coupons. Here's a running play for the Eagles, trying to get it to the outside on the left. Now turning it upfield. Good yards gained out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. And that should be enough for first down on the first carry of the night for Homer De Los Reyes. And watch him as this is how you read your blocks. Looks like he may go far corner, then he just cuts it upfield behind those blockers. Running play now for the Eagles, and another big gain. Back-to-back carries for De Los Reyes. And that may be enough for another first down. It is.
Another 12-yard gain to the 40-yard line.
And De Los Reyes, on just 2 carries, now has 21 yards. They'll feed him again, running up the middle. This time he's stacked up. Gains 3. And 2nd and 7 coming up for the Hanna Golden Eagles. This game will go by quickly if both of these teams are able to sustain drives. We know Weslaco East is capable of taking big chunks off the scoreboard as far as time goes with sustained drives. Eagles now on 2nd down. Quarterback keeper this time, bounces it outside, runs into his own man, and then is taken down. Jonathan Granados underneath there was able to get a hand. I'm not sure he ever saw Ernesto Mendoza, but he felt him. And once he grabbed a hold, he didn't let go. Mendoza bumped into one of those big linemen up front for the Eagles. Adrian Salinas that time was trying to block. Nothing doing. Victor Campos enters the ball game at 10:18 to go here in the second quarter for the Eagles. Campos drops back to throw before he can throw it. Penalty flags on the play.
Part of the snap, ball start. Offense, number 78.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Hanna Eagles. But again, Victor Campos in the game. So of our Hacienda Ford keys of the game, well, one has been taken care of as the Hanna Eagles did stay within this ball game. Campos gets him to jump off sides, fires the ball downfield, and it's caught inside the 45-yard line. First down for the Eagles on the first attempt from Campos. Sabian Arsenal, what a catch. And that'll move the chains, most likely.
Previous play, offside. Defense, number 30. A penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Watch this ball delivered. And Arsenal getting up in the air to catch that ball for the Eagles. Campos rolls out again, fires the ball right side, and a diving catch is incomplete. Ernesto Mendoza, who now immediately becomes the receiver after starting the game as a quarterback for the Hanna Eagles. And now this Eagle team presents a new challenge to this Weslaco East team. Mendoza was successful in scoring points, and now Campos comes out slinging. Looks to throw again, rolls out right-hand side, going to keep it upfield, got some room, makes a move, takes it across the 30-yard line. That's a first down on the carry by Victor Campos as he gains 14 yards. And watch this read. And that's just taking on the secondary. There's 5 guys there. There was no one really blocking any of those 5, but by that time, your secondary is making the tackle. 9:36 to go. Campos now on a read, gets hit, stays on his feet, gets away from one man, tries to get away from another, finally does gain yards on the play as he gains 3. And that's all Victor Campos right there. First guy to get to him was Dominique, or check that, Jonathan Granados, who thought he had a tackle. Nothing doing. Garza stronger, was able to wrestle away. Short gain, second down. For this snap, here come the penalties.
Part of the snap. False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty will be assessed for the clear spot. Clear down. Still second down.
One of the linemen jumped off sides there for the Hanna Eagles. They move the ball out across the 30-yard line, mark it down to the 32 of Weslaco East. Just under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Victor Campos now on a 2nd and 13. Drops straight back, has a ton of time, delivers a ball. Oh, incomplete. Through the hands of the defender that time, John Animas. And then once it got through his hands, Mendoza actually had a chance to reel that in and make a catch. But he was screened from that ball coming in. And so third down stops the clock with 8:50 to go. Campos empties the backfield, wants to throw, here comes pressure, delivers the ball underneath, it's dropped. He had Arsenault, and Arsenault, had he caught that, had one defender to beat, and he may have been off to the races. Goes for an incomplete pass, and now Hanna facing a 4th down. Sideline marker says 3rd down, but it is 4th. There was a penalty on the play earlier. Now the officials talking things over with Coach Mike Burgett. Here comes the call. Penalty on the play, perhaps?
During the play, ineligible man downfield on the offense, number 51. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
So there was an ineligible man downfield against the Hanna Eagles. Wildcats decline it. 4th and 13 for the Eagles. Apparently going for it here, and they will. Campos rolls out right-hand side, looking, makes a move. Now he's going to run. Campos makes a man miss, tries to outrun a couple more. Going to get hit and taken down as the defense makes a play for the Wildcats. Victor Campos trying to do it with his legs. First of all, you credit the coverage for the Wildcats defensively in the secondary, as Campos, by rolling out, actually bought himself a lot of extra time, but was unable to find a receiver open downfield. So now the Wildcats will take over, and in essence, they withstand the first drive under the direction of Victor Campos at the helm for the Hanna Eagles. 8 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the first half of play, and now we'll see if this East team can go right back to work, and by work I mean moving the ball downfield, perhaps putting points on the board, but taking more time off the clock. Under center, Vasquez pitches it, right side is Garza. Garza has some room. First down and more, out across the 45 to the 47-yard line on a carry by Russell Garza. And that's 17 yards for Garza, who now on 8 carries has 47 yards on the night. And this East team, you go back, if you're just joining us, the East was stopped on their first 2 drives, but it was some penalties that assisted greatly in slowing them down. Now they have dialed it in, penalty free on the last drive. And the start of this one on a 17-yard carry by Garza. 3 backs in the backfield behind Ramsey Vasquez, who's under center. Turns, hands it off, and up the middle this time is Garza. Hit hard as he got to the midfield stripe. That's a short gain of 2. 2 guys there for the Hanna Eagles. Coming out from underneath that pile is Jose Castellano, junior defensive lineman. Second down, clock running with 7:34 to go in the first half. Wildcats out of a shotgun. We'll check that. Now they'll bring in Edward Villalobos under center and drop Vasquez back in the backfield. Pitch back, and here's Vasquez running right side. Up the field, got close to first down yardage. Ridden out of bounds over there. We'll check the spot here on the carry by Ramsey Vasquez. And it's going to be, it should be enough for a first down. It is. Vasquez, he knew exactly where he had to go to get that first down. By doing that, he carried defenders with him out of bounds. There was no penalty on that play. Everyone's momentum was just right there on the money, converging around that marker. First down play for the Wildcats of Weslaco East. Vasquez back under center, hands the ball off. That's a fumbled football. The Eagles say they got it. They do. Turnover, Eagle football. 7:12 to go in the first half. First turnover of the ball game. Watch this. That's on the exchange. And Garza never had a hand on it. And there were more brown jerseys there than white ones. And so on that turnover, Hanna's offense will head to the football field. Didn't talk about that in keys to the game. Normally that is a key to the game for any coach that talks about preparing for a football game. On their list, take care of the football. Turnover free, you're competitive. Start turning it over, you start opening doors. Campos out of a shotgun, sends a man in motion. Will hand it off. Here comes Mendoza. Turns the corner, but is strung out. Gained maybe a yard on the play. Good defense that time by the Wildcats. 2 guys over there. Adrian Juarez was there, and also Gio Barrera. And so Mendoza runs a long way and gains a half a yard for the Hanna Eagles. 3 receivers left-hand side, single receiver to the right side. 6:44 to go in the first half. Campos throws. That's batted down. Getting a hand on that was Isaemi Martinez. And now Campos, after connecting on his first throw of the ball game, has missed on his next 4. He's now 1 of 5 in his 3rd and 10 for Hanna. Campos keeps 1 back in the backfield. 2 receivers left and right. 3rd and every bit of 9.5 yards to go for the Eagles. Long count. Campos straight drop back. Fires it, and he missed his man, incomplete left-hand side. On a different page that time as Josiah Myers had went deep. And then underneath was Ryan Trinidad. That ball just sailed right clean, dissecting the field between the 2. And an incomplete pass. Punting time for the Eagles of Hanna, and so the turnover, no harm, no foul there. And the Wildcats of Weslaco East will get their hands on the football as they send back Ramsey Vasquez to return a punt. Eagles, Trinidad in punt formation, gets a snap, kicks it away, a short kick. Takes an Eagle bounce, and then dies at the 37. That's where Weslaco East takes over after this.
Hi, I'm Coach Nava with Weslaco East High School. Thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
conjunction with KBSD IT out of Brownsville. Joe Bowling at Sam Stadium here. Running play for the Weslaco East Wildcats on the right-hand side, and they'll have the football knocked loose, but as it goes out of bounds, Weslaco East will gain every bit of 9 yards on that carry. Gio Guerra, the ball carrier, his first carry of the night. The time they mark him down, that is a 8-yard gain for Weslaco East. Guerra now the third ball carrier of the evening for Weslaco East. Stops the clock with 6:19 remaining here in the second quarter on the out-of-bounds play. A defensive line, you see they're lining up for the Hanna Eagles. They'll have their work cut out for them, and those are some all-state powerlifting players right there squaring up against you. On the second down, easy first down for the Wildcats.
First down, Wildcats at their 49.
Russell Garza on the carry. Thus far, he's been the workload, or taken the workload for the Wildcats. That's his 10th carry for 53 yards here in the first half. Clock running will go under 6 minutes before the next snap. This is what this Weslaco East team can do to you. They can just take possessions away by keeping their hands on the football for extended periods of time. First down play. Quarterback keeper, and he's dropped for maybe a loss on the play as the Eagles were all over that. Ramsey Vasquez had some options there, made a quick decision, got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play. Second down for the Wildcats of Weslaco East. If you're just joining us, Hanna scored the first points of this game. Weslaco East countered. East now with the football right at the midfield stripe on second down. Pitch back, and here comes Garza again. Hit as he got to the 48 of the Eagles. Knifing underneath there to make that stop was Diego Escobar, the junior D-back. And as Garza's brought down, here's what I talked about early in this ball game, those uncomfortable situations for those running football teams of third and long. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Wildcats. It's not that they can't pass the ball. They can. I've been to several of Coach Burgett's practices and seen enough of his games. He dials in passing attempts. They just are more comfortable running the football, and in this case, we'll see what they do with Vasquez. Out of a shotgun formation, double wing, and here comes the whistles. Timeout call by Weslaco East. 4:23 left here in the second quarter. 7-7 game.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6 on F Street in Harlingen. It's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Back here, that's the Hanna Eagles over there as they're talking things over. Now this Eagle defense has an opportunity here to make a play and give the offense the ball back if they can get a stop on this 3rd and 7. Wildcats of Weslaco East will be playing Harlingen at home next week on a Friday. So a short turnaround for this team. 3rd down. Call it 6 for the Wildcats. Man in motion left to right. Quarterback, here's Vasquez on the run, trying to get to the right corner. Does turn it on the sideline. Upended. Knocked down about the 42. And that's a yard short of a first down. And now we'll see what Coach Burgett does on 4th and 1. His team right now averaging better than 6 yards a carry on the ground. Needs a yard on 4th down from his opponent's 42. Get to the 41, you got a first down. Nose of the football on the 42 as you see it right there. Harlingen next week for Weslaco East, then at Donna North. Then they get Edinburgh at home, then at Edinburgh North. They just go back and forth, home away, home away, home away. Timeout called.
Weslaco East. That is their third and final timeout of the first half.
No more timeouts remaining for Weslaco East. 3:34 left here in the half. 4th and 1 coming up. Back here, as you see, South Padre Island, one of our major sponsors here on Rio Sports Live. Matter of fact, they became our most key factor advertiser this past week. Our thanks to the South Padre Island and the Atkins Group on signing the contract. Hacienda Ford, one of our title sponsors, but our thanks in part, a big seal of the deal. Running play for the Wildcats to the outside, and that should be enough for a first down. Good second effort that time for the Wildcats. And Gio Guerra gets a first down. Marked out at the Hanna 30, call it the 37. Guerra was actually hit in the backfield there, slipped through that tackle, gained the extra yards. Talked about it. These teams, Weslaco East 1-1, Hanna 0-2, combined 1-3. Here's a running play again as Garza off and running. Garza inside the 20, may go. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Russell Garza. 37 yards for Russell Garza. He's now got 93 yards here in the first half. And the Wildcats of Weslaco East have gone in front with 3:22 left here in the second quarter. You can see Garza, he's been positive yards on every carry since that second touch. That was his 12th carry of the night. Good snap, ball down, kick up, line drive, and it is no good. I'm telling you, kicks and extra points. You want every one you can get here at Sam Stadium based on the first 3 weeks of play. Many a game has been decided already this season. That extra point may come back to haunt you. Eagles get the ball after this.
Taken care of, Maston. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, we're the Edinburgh Bobcats. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Sam Stadium in conjunction with KBSDI TV. Jessica Reyno over there on the camera. I do see her tonight. Not sure who the video crew is in the production team. See, Joe gives me a note here in a bit. Kickoff time for the Weslaco East Wildcats as they'll kick this away. Deep kick. This is going to be into the end zone. This time the Eagles will let that bounce through the back of the end zone, and so the Eagles will take over. 1st and 10, now trailing for a first time in this game, 13-6. This Eagle team next week on a Friday night, I've talked about this earlier, but I'm not sure the audio was going, so I'll run it down. They'll be at Sherryland. We'll be there for a broadcast on that. As a matter of fact, if you're an Eagle fan, our broadcast will carry you through the regular season. The Tascosa game at Wildcat Stadium, we'll be there for that one. They'll be here against Rivera. Then at Harlingen. Eagles now on first down. Victor Campos. Swings a pass right-hand side. It's caught by Mendoza. Quickly hit as the Wildcats are there, and they'll throw Mendoza down. Loss on the play. 3 guys are there for Weslaco East. Among them, Jonathan Granados certainly had help. They also had a big number 90 over there. He's not even listed on the roster. It's a completed pass for Campos, but a loss on the play of 4. Second down. Campos gets him to draw off sides. Now he throws a pass in traffic. Caught out across the 35-yard line. And that'll be enough for a first down as Campos connects again to Gracia.
Turn the play, offside. Defense number 30. That penalty is declined. First down.
Was offsides against the defense. There's Joe right on cue. Moses Garza, Jessica Reyna on the cameras tonight. Hanna High School digital media class helping us with this broadcast. Running play, left-hand side. De Los Reyes again on the carry. Brought down at the 45. That's a 6-yard carry for De Los Reyes. And Omar De Los Reyes is the leading ball carrier for Hanna tonight. 4 carries, now 30 yards, averaging 7.5 per touch. 2:15 left here in the first half. Campos on second down. Pass caught near first down yardage, fighting for some extra yards and getting a first down is Ryan Trinidad. Trinidad hit hard, was stood up. That'll be a first down for Hanna on a 6-yard completion. Campos now has hit on his last 3. He's 4 of 9 in the game for 43 yards. 2 minutes left here in the half. Eagles do have all 3 timeouts remaining. On first down, running play. Mendoza bounces it outside. Turns his field on, changes direction a couple of times. Got back near the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tried to take that wide. This Wildcat defense was there to pursue that. Second down. Finishing off this Hanna schedule on October 25th, they'll be playing at home here against San Benito. We'll be broadcasting that one. Los Fresnos on the 31st. We'll have that one. And then at Harlingen South, we'll be carrying that one as well. Second down play with 1:19 left and counting. Campos takes a snap. Over the middle, tipped and incomplete off of Trinidad's hands. Safety Hector Muniz was back there. And that had a little more air on it. Muniz was going to be able to get that one for a pick. Stops the clock with 1:11 to go here in the half. Third down and 10 for Hanna from their own 49-yard line. Campos spreads the field. 3 receivers right side, a single receiver left. Fakes the handoff over the middle. Caught. First down inside the 30. Foot race to the 20, to the 17-yard line. First down on a pass to De Los Roses. Trinidad, that is, on the catch. And watch this. Trinidad had to fight off a defender. Otherwise, he was in. 34 yards on the pass completion. Eagles now on a 1st and 10 in the red zone. Under a minute to go. Clock still running. 49 seconds. Campos takes it, hands it off. Down to the 15-yard line is Mendoza. Eagles are going to have to burn one of their first timeouts. And they do. Short game for Mendoza. And now penalties come in at the end of that play. There's a timeout. We'll talk about the penalties after this.
Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
So after that play, there were penalty flags thrown. It was offsetting penalties, each team with an infraction. 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles now. Victor Campos drops back to throw. Here comes pressure. Rolls out, being chased, gets away from one man. Deep ball now delivered in the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Trinidad. Victor Campos did it with his feet first and then rifled it down in the end zone. Touchdown as Trinidad reels it in. And watch this. Pressure was coming. He felt it there. And he knew he was going to make a move, and he did right there. And now it's all arm strength. Meanwhile, receiver ran the route. Touchdown, Eagles. 34 seconds left here in the half. Extra point is away, and good. Eagles on top. Wildcats get the ball after this.
Amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Bring it back here again. Our game brought to you in part by Hacienda Ford, one of our title sponsors here on Rio Sports Live. Proud to assist the community and across the Rio Grande Valley of bringing our athletes a little extra showcase, if you will, the limelight of being able to be on these broadcasts. My wife and I started this. We'll grow 2 years old on October 17th. We'll be right here at Sam Stadium when we have our second year completed of service here on Rio Sports Live, broadcasting games. I've documented it fairly well for the fans out there that have kept tabs with us. And again, I can't thank the coaches and schools enough that believed in what I was doing when I started this thing back in October of 2017. Can't believe it's been 2 years. But well over 800 broadcasts later, 500 plus of those, yours truly at the call. Here we are. Kickoff by the Eagles. Short kick returned by the Wildcats across their own 30. Out of the sideline, 35, and then out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Return that time by Raven Figueroa. Now no timeouts remaining here in the first half for the Weslaco East Wildcats. And so you kind of expect that they will go conservative, and I can say that with fairly good confidence here as the coaching staff next to me in the booth has already taken off the headsets. And so an extra point separates the two teams. What have extra points meant? Well, let's talk about the Hanna Eagles thus far in this season. A missed two-point conversion would have sent them into overtime in their Week 1 game against McCallum Memorial. A missed extra point was the difference in a loss last week to Edinburgh Vela. Pass play goes incomplete. A missed field goal, which is a kick attempt here at Sam Stadium, would have given the Eagles a win last week. And that's just extra points featuring this team. We've also had games decided right here at Sam Stadium this season by missed extra points or kicks in the late stages of game. Last week, Pace was involved in a game that came down to the wire. Last night, Porter, Hail Mary answered on a pass play, extra point missed, would have tied the game with no time left on the clock. Wildcats run the ball out to the 43-yard line. 20 seconds left in the half. And even though Hanna has 2 timeouts remaining, they won't use them. And that should take us to the halftime break. Weslaco East with 183 yards of offense. Hanna with a 180. 14-13 your score at the halftime break. I'll have some replays for you, and we'll also talk about additional broadcasts, and we'll have the performance of the marching bands. From Sam Stadium, under the direction of KBSDI Television and Hanna High School Digital Media Class, camera operators Jessica Reyna and Moses Garza, I'm Joe Bowling, and welcome to halftime on Real Sports Live.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Hi, we're Robert Mills, Wildcats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Want to bring it back here as at halftime we have the performance right now of the Weslaco East marching band. Before that, I want to run down some first half highlights for you. And again, these are some of the big plays that happened to get us to our 14-13 game. Hanna Eagles on top of Weslaco East on a Saturday night at Sam Stadium. Enjoy the highlights. Mendoza gonna run. Right side, looking, fires a pass. Got a man open. Caught, first down. Eagles down to the 20-yard line as Mendoza finds Alex Gracia. Legs in there with Ernesto Mendoza running the show. And the Eagles on 2nd and goal. Robles back there with Mendoza. Mendoza gonna run, tries to get to the outside, takes on a tackler, got to the end zone, and touchdown Eagles. To be assured of a first down. Vasquez out of a shotgun, sends a man in motion, and he'll run it himself up the middle. Got a first down and more. Vasquez to the house. Ramsey Vasquez on 4th down, takes it in for 6 in the game. So of our Hacienda Ford keys of the game, well, one has been taken care of as the Hanna Eagles did stay within this ball game. Campos gets him to jump off sides, fires a ball downfield, and it's caught inside the 45-yard line. First down for the Eagles on a first attempt from Campos. Side, looking, makes a move. Now he's gonna run. Campos makes a man miss, tries to outrun a couple more. Gonna get hit and taken down as the defense makes a play for the Wildcats. On that play, everyone's momentum was just right there on the money, converging around that marker. First down play for the Wildcats of Weslaco East. Vasquez back under center, hands the ball off. That's a fumbled football. The Eagles say they got it, they do. Turnover, Eagle football. Weslaco East 1-1. Hanna 0-2, combined 1-3. Here's a running play again as Garza off and running. Garza inside the 20, may go. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Russell Garza. Spreads the field. 3 receivers right side, a single receiver left. Fakes the handoff over the middle. Caught. First down inside the 30. Foot race to the 20, to the 17-yard line. First down on a pass to De Los Rosas. Down in 9 for the Eagles now. Victor Campos drops back to throw. Here comes pressure. Rolls out, being chased. Gets away from one man. Deep ball now delivered in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Trinidad. That right side. Mendoza gonna run. Right side, looking, fires a pass. Caught, first down, Eagles. And so that's the Weslaco East High School marching band putting on their halftime performance. We're at halftime here at Sam Stadium. 14-13 the score with the Hanna Eagles on top, separated by just a extra point between these two teams. Let's run down some statistics for you. First for Weslaco East, they scored 13 points, they racked up 183 yards of offense, all of it on the ground. 183 yards, 95 yards on 13 carries for Russell Garza, 75 yards on 10 carries for Ramsey Vasquez, and then 13 yards on 2 carries for Gio Guerra. So 3 guys account for all of the yards for the Weslaco East Wildcats, 183 yards of total offense. For the Hanna Eagles, 180 yards of offense in the first half, and they split it up. 99 yards on the passing game, 81 yards on the ground. Let's first of all talk about the running game. 4 guys carried the football. Homer De La Reyes had 4 carries for 30 yards. That's the leader in rushing yards. Ernesto Mendoza, who started at quarterback tonight, 9 carries on 27 yards. Victor Campos, 3 touches, 20 yards. And Brandon Robles with 3 carries for 4 yards. Meanwhile, in the passing game, Victor Campos was 5 of 11 for 77 yards. Ernesto Mendoza was 2 of 3 for 22 yards. So in the passing game, that's 7 of 14 for 99 yards for the Eagles. In the receiving side of things, 5 different players caught passes. Mendoza caught 1. Alex Gracia had 2 catches for 24 yards, 1 catch for 10 yards for Ethan Pena. Sabian Arsenal had a catch for 21 yards, and Ryan Trinidad, 3 catches for 57 yards, including the touchdown pass reception that closed out the scoring in the first half. So 183 yards for East, 180 yards for Hanna, separated by just a couple yards, separated by a point. Extra points, critical here at Sam Stadium throughout the first 3 weeks. Will it decide this one? Who knows? Dance team on the field for Hanna. We'll take a break. We can't play that music because of the fact that YouTube will get us. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get the marching band performance of the Hanna Eagles. This is halftime. I'm Joe Bowling. Thank you in part by Hacienda Ford out of Edinburgh, Texas. New car, used car. If you're in the need for service to your car, one of our title sponsors here on Rio Sports Live, assisting us in bringing these games to you. Halftime.
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83.
Right now, how about this 2015 Chrysler 300S model with a Beat stereo, leather interior, navigation, $57,000, reduced today, $19,999. Or a 2012 Ram 1500, a Lone Star package, 5.7 Hemi engine, a towing package, automatic, $16,499. Or how about a diamond in the rough, 1998 Dodge 3500 dually with a 5th wheel, 4x4, power everything, heavy-duty bumper, $14,999.
Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Hi, we're Sherryland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Back here as we are at halftime. Again, the Hanna dance team having performed. Now the marching band out there. I want to thank you fans out there for joining in on all of our broadcasts here on Rio Sports. And we've had some great views last night, over 3,000 live views on just an audio presentation at Lyford between Raymondville and Lyford. Coach Munguia and Coach Pena able to bring the call on that one. I want to give a shout out again to Jacob Young and our play-by-play The young man is coming along leaps and bounds. I brought him on and starting to have good conversations with him each and every week, and he's bringing you the life of the broadcast and fulfilling one of his dreams as he was at La Feria last night. And, from a soccer lover who played basketball, who wanted to be a broadcaster, he's making great strides. Talked with Billy Watson last night for an extended period of time on just how much Jacob is coming along and how much he reminds of all of us as when we were in the young days on the broadcasting side. Our thanks to J.R. Gully, who's been bringing us the broadcast out of the Sherryland and the Mission area. JR, of course, has been getting great assistance up there from the likes of the writers, the monitor, and some of the other writers up there, and enjoying the visits he has with them in their pregame show and their halftime shows and even postgame shows, comparing statistics and just going over all of the views. JR Gully bringing to life the broadcast there. Just some of the broadcasters assisting us, as well as Alex Espinoza, who is assisting us on those volleyball broadcasts on Monday and Tuesday nights, and just showcasing the talents of some of these guys who are wanting to be play-by-play. Got two other guys that reached out to me this week that are college students at UTRGV that their broadcast major is wanting to be sports broadcasters, not just journalists, but broadcasters. And so we're going to have them on board here over the next couple of weeks and getting their feet wet and bringing them forward and being able to broadcast games. 8 minutes on the clock and the performance of the marching band of the Hanna Eagles. That's your Hanna Eagle Marching Band and their performance here at halftime as they are making their way off the field. We'll take a quick break and get you set for the second half kickoff. 3 minutes left before they kick it off. 14-13 Hanna leads. Already both teams on the end zones. Starting preparation for the second half. Extra points and kicks have decided a lot here at Sam Stadium already this season. We're just in week 3.
Offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Hi, we're PSJ Southwest Javelinas, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. J's up!
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
The kids are headed back to school. It's time to get internet from VTX1. VTX1 Companies offers fast and reliable internet throughout the Rio Grande Valley, even to some of the most remote areas. For a limited time only, get your standard installation at no cost to you. Start the school year off with a service provider you can trust by calling 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here as we get set for the second half, the Hanna Eagles make their way back out onto the field. They'll be returning the kick with 12 minutes on the clock. They'll get the ball to start the second half, and that's how important that final drive of the first half was for the Eagles. Not just putting points on the board, but also setting up the ability to take control of the scoreboard here in the second half. Now you factor in the extra point that was missed earlier by Weslaco East, and now Hanna with a lead will get the ball to start the second half, and away we go. Kickoff is a long high kick. They've been kicking the end zone. This time it stays inside the 5. Trinidad brings it out to the 10, to left-hand side of the 15-20. Trinidad out to the 25-yard line, surges forward to the 30, and that's where the Hanna Eagles will take over on the drive, 1st and 10. And unlike the first half, in which Ernesto Mendoza was running the show, Victor Campos out to direct the troops. Campos in the ball game, 5 of 11 for 77 yards and the touchdown. He was sidelined to start this ball game. Coach's decision there. But back in the ball game, I talked about the Hacienda Ford keys to the game. Could Weslaco East control the line of scrimmage and the clock and the scoreboard? Or could Hanna hang in there till Campos got it on the field? Eagles run the ball on 1st down and up the middle. Homer De Los Reyes. He'll gain a couple yards. De Los Reyes was a bright spot running the ball for Hanna in that first half. 4 carries for 30 yards in the first half, and here on his first carry here, 3 yards. Averaging 6 yards per carry, though. He's got that. Campos averaging nearly 7 yards per run. Just underway here in the third quarter. Man in motion, and they'll hand it off, pass it on a pass play. It's Trinidad up the middle. Trinidad may go. 30, 25, 20. Foot race to the 15. Trinidad to the 10. First down, Eagles, as Campos to Trinidad. Lightning again. Watch the replay here. The ball fake sold it, and Trinidad on the run catches this one. Good pursuit by the secondary. Otherwise, that's 6 on the board. Campos now on 1st and 10, just outside the 10. And here come the penalty flags.
Part of the snap. False start. Offense number 77. A 5-yard penalty will be assessed from the previous spot.
Another 5-yard penalty against the Hanna Eagles, and that's been a thorn in their side here tonight. Those little 5-yard penalties. First down for Campos. 1st and 15 now. Runs it himself, bounces it outside, tries to turn the corner, outruns a man, got to the 5, and down near the goal line at the 1, brought down there. Victor Campos looked like he was going to gingerly go out of bounds, but watch at the end of this. When he gets dedicated to trying to get to that end zone. Most quarterbacks go out of bounds, nothing doing, and man, that is close to a score for Victor Campos. Second down as they'll mark him out. Further out about the 4.5. Campos under center, hands it off, running play right side, and that East defense is right there to meet the challenge. No gain on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down for the Eagles on this drive. You can still get a first down without getting in the end zone. Campos under center. I formation behind him. It's Robles, the deep man, gets the ball, buries his head, takes it left side, and is in. Touchdown, Eagles. Impressive drive to start it off. The big pass play helped a bunch, and now watch this determination by one Brandon Robles. Met there, and then just out-muscles the defender in the end zone, stays on his feet, points on the board for the Eagles. 2 minutes into this second half, and the extra point attempt. Kicker Thomas Green booms that away. Sophomore puts it through the uprights. Eagles up by 8. Wildcats get the ball after this.
Don't worry. We'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Hi, we're Lightning Huskies, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Here at Sam Stadium on a Saturday night with KBSDI TV. Joe Bowling, Real Sports Live at Sam Stadium under the direction of a Hanna High School digital media class. Moses Garza, Jessica Reyna, the camera operators. And the home team on top, 21-13 is the Hanna Eagles. Victor Campos, now 6 of 12 for 144 yards and a touchdown. The Eagles with an 8-point lead, kick it off. Wildcats will return it from their 23, 25-30, and drop there. Tackle made, first guy on the spot, Andrick Flores, the junior. Drops down, Russell Garza also went on the tackle, was Ulysses Zertuche for the Hanna Eagles.
It's K's Challenge Night at Sam Stadium.
And again, it's still a one-possession game. So I talked about comfort zones in that first half, and the Weslaco East team staying within their comfort zone of being a run-oriented football team, ball control, clock control. Still down one score. You don't have to change that script a bit. Running play up the middle and driving forward. Russell Garza, he's been the workhorse tonight. That's his 14th carry. And that one goes for right at 3. As he's bearing down on the century mark on the yards on the ground. He's got 14 carries, 98 yards, averaging 7 yards a run. It was nearly a 6-yard gain as he's brought down. Clock running with 9:28 to go. Again, you don't change the script at all if you're Weslaco East. You can sustain drive here, put points on the board. You got to deal with that missed extra point at some point in time, but stay within striking distance. Trying to go to the outside here. Hector Muniz will get a first down. Takes it across the 45. Brought down there. That's 11 yards. As Hector Muniz on his first carry of the night gains a first down for the Wildcats in this rushing attack. 27 carries, 199 total yards, all on the ground for Weslaco East. No passing yards thus far in this ball game, and only one pass attempt. That was by Ramsey Vasquez back in the first quarter. Vasquez under center here. 3 backs in the backfield, an offset eye. Penalty flags on the play. They'll run it. This may be against a defense. That's a first down if it is, as Randy Cordoza rumbles forward. His first carry of the night. Now we'll sort out the penalty.
Ball carrier 44 for the Wildcats. Cardoza.
Straight play, offside, defense number 9. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
That will be a defensive penalty. Offsides against the Hanna Eagles. They'll decline that. Weslaco East on a Randy Cordoza run. It's 12 yards on that play, and a new set of downs operating already in the Hanna side of the field. Ball at their 44. Vasquez under center. Pitch back. Here comes Muniz again. Dives forward. Ends up getting tripped up, but fell forward near that 40-yard line. That'll be 3 yards. That got the attention of the Weslaco East coaching staff to my left-hand side. They wanted a bigger gain than that. As Muniz was taking that pitch, they spotted some linemen that were kind of standing around, not engaging on blocks. And this offense relies on that. You got to get active quick on the snap. Find somebody, put a body on him. Second down for the Wildcats. Quarterback keeper Vasquez right up the middle. And that'll be a first down as he ducks his head, takes it down to the 33-yard line. Ramsey Vasquez on 11 carries has 84 yards, so he and Russell Garza carrying the majority of the plays from scrimmage here for Weslaco East. Those two alone with 182 yards of 223 total offense for Weslaco East. Vasquez under center. Hands it off. Here comes Garza again. Hits his own lineman. Fell, but again, watch as he falls. He calls forward. Everything is forward with this running game. So even when he's hitting the backfield, tripping on his own lineman, he fell forward and gained a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. Ball at the 32 of the Eagles. If you're just joining us, Eagles took the ball to start the second half in 2 minutes. Scored. Made an extra point to take the 8-point lead. Weslaco East has had their hands on the football and already we're down to the midway point of this third quarter. Penalties on this play before the snap.
Right of the snap, clock starts. Offense number 8. That 5-yard penalty will be assessed on the previous spot. We'll return it down. Second down.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty against Weslaco East, and there we go. Let's go back to that comfort zone. A team that relies on the running game, that depends on those 4 5-yard gains Now facing 2nd and 14. And while it's not a passing situation, it gets on that edge of doing things that you just don't want to do if you don't have to. They're averaging 7 yards a carry. So on 3 carries, you're talking about a first down on their average. Here's Garza running right. Got to the sideline. Takes on a tackler. Banged out of bounds. Gains 5. 3rd and long coming up, if you define that by Weslaco East standards, as it's 3rd and every bit of 8 to go for the Wildcats. They can get a first down by getting inside the Hanna Eagle 24. One of the Sam Stadium sponsors, TVEA, also assisting with their production here on the field. Always like to try to read out those scoreboard sponsors if I get a chance. 3rd down play. Pitch out, and here comes Muniz. Dives ahead. Got down near the 25-yard line. He just went airborne there. By the time he's brought down, it's now 4th down, but there's a penalty that was thrown right about the time he took flight, leaping over a couple of defenders. Important call here for Weslaco East.
During the play, holding, offense number 33, 10-yard penalty, still go down.
So you'll see that's a 10-yard penalty on a hold against Weslaco East. Now in the opening of this ball game, had a chalk block on their first drive, which was half the distance to the goal line because of where it took place. But that in essence took this offense the wind out of the sails. It was a punting situation. On another drive, there was a holding call that pushed them backwards, and it took them out of their drive. Other than that, they put points on the board when they had their hands on the football. Now it's 3rd and 14. Vasquez under center, turns, hands it off, up the middle, down to the 30-yard line is Randy Cordoza. He'll gain 14. So 2 carries for 26 yards for Cordoza, and now 4th down. And right at 5 yards to go for Coach Burgett and the Weslaco East Wildcats. And with the clock running at 4:20 and counting here in the 3rd quarter, his decision right now, leave the offense on the field. That means Edward Villalobos will line up under center as a quarterback. 3 backs in the backfield. Villalobos before the snap. Timeout called. Weslaco East. It's not panic time, but Coach Burgett wants to talk it over and get it right. East trails Hanna. This is Real Sports Live.
Are you ready? Are you ready for low prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's the Hacienda Ford football sale, where you can get a new F-150 starting at just $27,995 or 0% interest for 72 months.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're Brownsville veterans, and thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Wildcats lining up. 4th down and 5. Trailing by 8. 21-13. 4:09 to go. 3rd quarter. They want to throw over the middle. Tipped away. And it's an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs. They tried to get Mario Trevino up the middle. Defended fairly well by the Eagles. They went for an interception, which would have actually lost them yards on that transition. On the turnover on downs, the incomplete pass. Comfort zones, talked about it. It's not that they can't pass. I've been around Coach Burgett for many years now. He practices passing games. He can pass the ball. He shocked teams by coming out throwing the football at times. But the comfort zone is if he doesn't have to, he won't. That time they did. And now the Eagles, before the snap.
False start. Offense. No. 5-yard.
The official making those calls needs to just have a recording because he is now, it's a regular call on a possession for the Hanna Eagles. These false starts. Continually pushing him backward. Victor Campos on a 1st and 15 now. Shotgun formation, single back, long count, drops back to throw. Looking, waiting, buys some time. Here's a penalty on the play. Campos takes off running. Gets out of bounds, and now we'll sort out the penalty, which should be a hold against Hanna because of the spot of where this flag was thrown.
Turn play, holding. Offense number 58. The 10-yard penalty will be 5. First down.
So with 3:58 left here in the third quarter, this drive is going in the wrong direction if you're on the home side for the Hanna Eagles. Reminding you again that Cane's Chicken, one of the advertising sponsors here for Sam Stadium, they hand out these coupons, and I'll tell you what they're all about. After the snap, Campos drops back to throw. Looking, waiting over the middle, missed his man. Had Alex Gracia wide open over the middle of the field. And Campos normally doesn't miss a receiver by that margin. Anyway, let me wrap this up as far as, again, I try to help the scoreboard sponsors as much as I can on these schools that are assisting us in our production. At Sam Stadium, when you come to a game, they hand out a little coupon. And that coupon, you put it in your pocket because if the home team gets a win, that means you can go to the Cane's Chicken here in Brownsville, turn that coupon in. When you buy a combo, you get a combo free. It's a three-piece combo. I did that this week and managed to pay for one of my camera operators a free meal. So it works. If you're in Sam Stadium, be sure you get your coupon, and then, well, I would tell you, go ahead and root for the home team if you want a free meal. Eagles spread the field with receivers. Campos a deep drop, pressured to his end zone, turns around, buys a lot of time. Now he delivers underneath, nearly picked off, incomplete pass. Reading that all the way was Gio Barrera. And he nearly picked that off for the Wildcats. Give good coverage, I mentioned that time, downfield. Jonathan Valadez. Also Hector Muniz back there in the secondary. Corners, John Animas and Gianni Barrera also providing coverage for the Wildcats, preventing Campos from hooking up with a receiver. 3rd and a bundle now for the Eagles. They got to get it out to the 39 for a first down. Campos looking, waiting, delivers it deep downfield, tipped and incomplete. Intended for Trinidad, and the safety came over that time. Jonathan Valladez. And a quick 3 and out for the Eagles. Tack on some major penalty yards. And that drive went in the wrong direction. Advantage swings momentum-wise to Weslaco East. They should get outstanding field position to start this drive as they send Ramsey Vasquez back to return a punt. Standing already at the Eagle 48. Meanwhile, the punter stands in his end zone. A high snap, they'll get to it. Kick is away. Vasquez makes a fair catch at the Hanna 40. East takes over there. Comfort zone, they're real comfortable there.
Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
We'll bring it back here as the Wildcats run the ball quickly right up the middle inside the Hanna 40. A lot of extracurricular stuff going on both near the tackle and then far away from that play. Officials right on top of that. No penalties thrown. They're just trying to make sure that And that's what happens when you play a team that's as rough and physical as Weslaco East. You have to match that with rough and physical play. And therefore, you're engaged right up into the whistle and sometimes through the whistle. These officials recognize that, and they held things in check there. Running play for the Wildcats to the left-hand side. This time they'll hand it to Vasquez. Vasquez goes for a couple as he got it down to the 35. Now you're seeing again, this is players coming over, delivering just that little extra nudge at the end of that play. What you do is, and I've heard coaches talk to players about getting ready to play a team that just is like muscle-bound, physical, going to hit you every play kind of team. And they tell them, count about 1,001, 1,002 after the play and be prepared for something to happen after you hear that whistle. Third down play. Wildcats hand it off, and strong running for a first down for Russell Garza. He needed to get to the 30-yard line. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage. But that's just how strong his legs are. Now they're going to check the spot. Meanwhile, one of the Hanna linemen shaken up a bit. And a team that's trying to replace a ton on the offensive and defensive line can ill afford to have guys, whether it's on their own power or assisted, heading to the sidelines. Garza marked short by a half a yard on that carry. And so another fourth down for the Wildcats here in the third quarter. Already Hanna stopped them on one, but on fourth and less than a yard, here's where those all-state powerlifting linemen come into play. Vasquez gets a first down, stretches forward, gains 3.5. And the chains will move for Weslaco East. Clock running with 1:28 to go. Again, a one-score game. Weslaco East does not have to even so much as try to turn the page on the playbook. Go with the script and what you thought would get you in position to win this game. Clock control, ball control, ground game. 257 yards on the ground so far, averaging nearly 7 yards a carry. They'll run it again. Hanna Eagles there to stop it as Muniz is hit before he turns upfield. The difference there is they went with a little more movement and never did turn upfield. In most cases, they're heading downfield as soon as the ball carrier either takes the handoff or the quarterback, in this case, decides to run. Muniz tried to turn upfield, lost a yard. Under 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Here's Muniz taking it wide, got some blockers in front. Sideline, Muniz, touchdown, Wildcats. Perfect read by Hector Muniz on where those blockers were set up and waited to turn on the Jets until everyone was in place to engage, and right down the sideline for 6. And now decision time for Coach Burgett. Like I said, eventually they're going to have to deal with that missed extra point. And it may be happening right here, right now, as he has the offense shuffling onto the field. Extra points have decided a bunch here at Sam Stadium. Extra points and kick opportunities. An extra point for Hanna would have had them tied against Vela last week rather than having to go for a come from behind field goal. Timeout call by the Wildcats. That's their second. 22 seconds on the clock, third quarter. 2 points separate the team. Watch the replay here. And again, Muniz hasn't turned it upfield yet. When he does, now watch. One last block and then kick it into high gear. That's the way you teach it. When you run to the outside, let the blocks engage and then turn on the speed, unless you're just a world-class runner who can get to the edge and take off before anyone has to blink an eye. The Eagles talking over. I'll go back to that again last week. A missed extra point by the Eagles put them to where they had to go for a field goal to win the game in the last seconds against Vela. Lost by 1. Week before, they were down 2, having to go for a 2-point conversion against McCallum Memorial on the road. missed that, lost by 2. Extra points coming into play. We've had extra points as recent as last night when Porter on a Hail Mary scored a touchdown but missed an extra point, lost by 1. 2-point conversion here for the Wildcats. They'll run it. Quarterback keeps it, looking to throw. Now Vasquez turns it upfield, hit, and will not get in. Eagles get a stop. 2-point conversion, no good. Eagles lead by 2. Kickoff coming up.
Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Back here at Sam Stadium on a Saturday night. Another good one here to wrap up week 3 of the high school football season here in the Rio Grande Valley. Hanna Golden Eagles on top by 2 at 21-19 over the Weslaco East Wildcats. Wildcats missed on a kick for an extra point, now missed a 2-point conversion. 1 for 3 on the extra point attempts on 3 scores. They'll kick off now. The Eagles will return it from the goal line, and here comes Mendoza. Looking for some blockers, takes it left-hand side, running out of bounds. Victor Campos and company will now step on the field. And now they have some opportunity knocking at the door for this Eagle offensive unit. Score a touchdown here, put an extra point on the board. You change this to a 2-score game. Then I'll go back to this, and I may stop talking about it, I may not. Comfort zone of teams and where they like to play. You put Weslaco East, where they're a 2-score down team, changes their look. First down play, Campos hands it off. Mendoza turns the corner on the right side, hit hard. Taken down as he was met, open field tackle by John Anemus. Mendoza able to gain yardage on the play. That's one of those you think it's going to go for big yards, and 6 yards is big when you look at it against a good team. Third quarter is history. 21-19, Eagles lead. Back after this.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Eagles have the football in conjunction with KBSDI-TV and Sam Stadium under the direction of Hanna High School Digital Media class. Moses Garza, Jessica Ray on the camera. Eagles have the ball. First play of the fourth quarter. Mendoza trying to make something out of nothing. Ends up getting back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Fortunate to do that for the Hanna Eagles as this Weslaco East defense pinning their ears back here, trying to get a stop and get that offense back on the field. 3rd and 5 coming up for Victor Campos and the Hanna Eagles. Their last drive was thwarted by penalties. This time they need to convert on 3rd and 5. Campos hands it off up the middle. That is going to be a first down on a carry by Brandon Robles. 7 yards for Robles, and the chains will move for Hanna. That'll at least keep the secondary honest for Weslaco East. Some positive carries from the scrimmage on the ground for the Eagles. First down play, twin receivers left and right for Campos. Single back to his right-hand side on first down. Wants to throw. Now going to run, Victor Campos up the middle. Hit, upended, down he goes. Got to the 40. Well, that's a 5-yard gain for Victor Campos. Campos now with 6 carries for 38 yards on the ground. Lines up the Eagles here. Play clock at 18. They can take some time off if they wanted. Right now, not appearing to be interested in that at all. Campos wants to throw. Here comes pressure, gets rid of the ball, and he overthrows his man. He wanted Sabian Arsenal. Arsenal appeared to be trying to settle in back in that secondary. Campos wanted him to keep going. He was going to put some air under that ball and let him just go get it. Another third down for the Eagles. 3 receivers right side this time for Campos. Long count. Now he looks to the sideline. He'll change up the play. Lots of defenders in that secondary right now as the East Wildcats laying back. Campos, ton of time. He gets hit. Football comes loose. Still loose. And the Wildcats recover. Jonathan Valadez was the man on the spot. They hit Campos from behind. And with 10:09 to go in the fourth quarter, we'll be right back.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
In the fourth quarter here, the Weslaco East Wildcats defense makes a big play, forces a turnover on a fumble, and now have it 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of the Eagles. They'll run it, take it to the 38-yard line. Vasquez on the carry. Now, of note, during that last play for the Hanna Eagles, Victor Campos was hit from behind, driven into the turf, and was slow getting up after that play. Walked off under his own power. And appears to be okay on the sideline, but they're going to take a good look there. Meanwhile, Ramsey Vasquez and the Weslaco East Wildcats have the football. Running play, and here comes Garza again, down to the 30-yard line. That should be enough for a first down on an 8-yard carry. Garza, 19 carries, 118 yards. Ramsey Vasquez right behind him on 14 carries for 95 yards. Hector Muniz, 4 carries, 44 yards. Wildcats bearing down on 300 yards of offense, all on the ground. And now first down here at the Hanna Eagle 30. And in this case, this is where the Wildcat offense may assist the Eagles a bit. Here's a running play, and that's across the 25-yard line. Randy Cordoza, a quick 7 yards. The reason why I say it may assist the Eagles is that Victor Campos was shaken up, but he's getting better. He's walking around. So one of these sustained drives. Oh, there's a penalty against Weslaco East. Apologies there, I didn't see that call, but that's a big one. A holding call all the way back to the 40-yard line goes the football. Going back to the point, the longer sustained drive this is for the Weslaco East Wildcats, the better chance Victor Campos has to gather himself back together and be ready to enter play. First down and a bunch now for the Wildcats. Pitch back, and here comes Muniz. Another penalty thrown, this time behind the play. Normally that's going to be a hold. We'll take a look. The Eagles already indicating that it's a hold, but we'll wait for the official call. That's a 10-yard penalty. I would love to see the playbook when Coach Burgett has to dial up 1st down and 30. Even at 7 yards per carry, you'd be short if you gain 28 yards on 4 downs. But he'd still be telling you probably I'm going to run it. Here's a 1st down play, and they'll run. Right-hand side across the 50, back into Hanna territory to the 47-yard line. Randy Cordoza on the carry. Clock running with 8 minutes left here in this game. Hanna Eagles 0-2. I talked about just the way they lost their games, the heartbreaking loss in week 1, and then you doubled down on that with the way they lost last week. Now the football comes loose on a snap, and the Eagles say they got it. Wait for the indication by the official. Big pile up underneath. Wildcats recover. But now it's 3rd down and a real estate worth of football field. We'll just see what kind of deal they would do here. If Coach Burgett had a play on 1st and 30, 3rd and 27, we'll see. Bad snap, they blow this one dead. Penalty comes in. Wow, this is just not how you normally would see a Weslaco East team. 5-yard penalty. This is not how you would see a Weslaco East team respond to forcing a turnover. That happened back at the 30-yard, well, about the 40-yard line. They got a 1st down quickly, but then everything, the wheels have fallen off as this ball is back on the east side of the midfield stripe. 3rd down, now 32 yards to go. Vasquez running left-hand side. Leaps over a man, takes on a tackler, drilled down at the 45 of the Eagles. And now with 6:40 left in the game, Weslaco East brings the punt team in, and we'll try to go field position and trust the defense will get their hands back on the football for the offense. Meanwhile, the Eagles send a man back to return this punt inside his 10-yard line. Like, follow, and share our page on our social media, if you will, my friends. Punt is away by the Wildcats. A wobbly kick to the left-hand side. Takes a roll for the Wildcats inside the 15-yard line. They'll touch it somewhere out there. They'll mark it down at the 10. The Eagles are saying, wait a minute, somebody touched that at the 14. I think the official coming in from behind is going to say that. Just had to wait for him to get in on the scene to make that call. This should go down at the 14. Eagles take over right there.
Are you ready? Are you ready for low prices? It's a Labor Day party.
The Hacienda Ford Labor Day sale is going on now. You can get a new F-150 starting at just $27,995 or 0% interest for 72 months.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Eagles go for the pass play on 1st down. However, there's a penalty play in the middle. It was an incomplete pass. I think they're going to get an ineligible receiver downfield. Wait for the call. That's what the call was, an ineligible player downfield, and so that's puts the Eagles further back at their 10, well, make it the 9-yard line. Still first down, 5:56 left in the game. If you're Weslaco East, you just want to get the ball back. Right now, you've got the Eagles pinned deep in their own territory. So if you do get it back, you'll have good field position to start a drive. Campos wants to get a couple of first downs here. Throws over the middle. That's caught by Trinidad. Fights out to the 17-yard line. Got the penalty yards back, plus a couple more. For Ryan Trinidad, that's his 5th catch of the night. For Victor Campos, after missing 4 in a row, he connects on his 7 for 17 and 152 yards. Second down for the Eagles. Play clock still at 18. They're going to take a little extra time before this snap now. Campos waits. Clock gets down to 10, takes a snap. Drops back to throw, given a ton of time. Going to run, scrambles around, buys some more time. Now rifles one right side, caught. First down across the 30-yard line. He went all the way across the field, and a first down for the Eagles. And that's just outright arm strength. Watch this. First of all, the scrambling ability. We can spend a night talking about that, but then here's that arm strength right on the money. First down for the Eagles. Under 5 minutes left in the ball game. The Eagles look to the sideline. Clock running. Also look at the Wildcats. They had to use 2 timeouts earlier in this half. They're down to just 1 remaining. Play clock now down to 5. Campos sends a man in motion and will fake it, read it, run out. Now he's going to have to scramble for his life. Hit by 3 men, and down he goes. Wildcats chase down Victor Campos and drop him for a loss of 6. But what that does, though, is that keeps the ball in play. Took extra time off during the play. Eagles won't have to take a snap until it's well under 4 minutes left here in the ball game. But they face second down and 15. So if you're Campos and you're throwing the football, you just want to complete it. First of all, you want to gain a few yards, get a manageable third down if possible, to keep the clock running. That won't help, as that's a penalty. Before the penalty, they call a timeout. 3:46 left in this one. Nothing decided yet. Hanna leads.
Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Back here on Rio Sports, 3:46 to go. We're in Sam Stadium, meaning that the crew with KBSDI TV is assisting greatly, providing these great camera angles and the replays and just the spot in the press box to broadcast the game. Our thanks to the school for assisting us greatly. Jessica Reyna back on the camera. She's a seasoned vet by now. Started in week 1, and she's right on the money. Moses Garza also assisting. Eagles, Campos, rushed out of the pocket. Gets away, looking downfield, now going to run. Stays inbounds. Gets near the 38-yard line. And that's what I was talking about. If it was a completed pass, or in this case a run. And now official throws a flag at the end of that play. That's a big call right here.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 2. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. It'll be third down.
So you heard that call. 8-yard gain for Victor Campos. That's the positive if you're a Hanna Eagle. From there, it gets negative. Personal foul called against your signal caller. 15-yard penalty at the end of the run. It does multiple things here. Makes it third and a long way to go. Stops the clock, more importantly, giving the Wildcats some hope. Campos rushed out of the pocket now, being chased. Gets away from 2 men. Looking downfield. Now he's going to run. Takes it on the sideline. Here comes another penalty on a block. He's short of first down yardage, but with 3:18 to go, the clock stops again because of a penalty. If you're Coach Burgett, you may have to take this penalty and give him another third down. In most cases, you say it's fourth down, but it would be about 4th and 6. Which with this offense is certainly manageable.
Illegal block in the back for the offense. That penalty will be enforced on the end of the run.
So they will take the penalty, and thus it'll remain third down. It started third and now they decline the penalty. So Hanna was actually going to gain a couple of yards on that play and still get a third down. Now it's decision time, and Coach Guest says bring the punt team in. With 3:18 left, 4th and 6. Hanna sets up in punt formation, but remember the punter is Victor Campos. Stands back inside his 15-yard or 25-yard line. Low snap, gets it, gets the kick away. End over end. Rolls dead at the 36-yard line. Weslaco East, 2 points down. A field goal could win it. 3:09 left. Wildcat offense on the field next.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Hacienda Ford, one of our title sponsors here on Real Sports Live. Weslaco East will run the ball out to the left-hand side, trying to turn the corner. They'll step out of bounds. They start this drive with Villalobos as the quarterback, and that means Vasquez, one of the options to run. Vasquez on the carry there. By the time they mark him down, that's a 7-yard gain. He goes over 100 yards on the ground. 2 players in that category for Weslaco East. Next up for the Wildcats, they'll take on Harlingen next week at home against the Cardinals. Here, trailing by 2, 3:04 left. Here comes Vasquez again, trying to get to the outside. Will, and stretches forward, got out of bounds, and gained a first down. And so another 6 yards on the carry. And that's just as effective as a short passing game to the sidelines. If you can gain 6 or 7 yards and get out of bounds, which is what Vasquez has done on back-to-back carries. In the snap of a fingers, in about 9 seconds, the Wildcats have moved it now to the midfield area. New set of downs, still 2:58 remaining. They do have 1 timeout left if needed. Under center is Villalobos. First man through. Bangs forward, stays in bounds. Randy Cordo's on the carry, but he'll gain a good 6. Into Eagle territory at the 46. Wildcats have missed an extra point. Their kicker knuckleballed one, missed. So when you start thinking about field goals, just what is the range for the Wildcat kicker? 2nd and 4. Here comes Vasquez up the middle, stretched forward, got a first down. Takes it inside the Eagle 43 to about the 42. Now an Eagle player shaken up. It stopped the clock while they were going to look at the spot. Now they'll attend to the shaken up player. Gives us a chance again to thank the fine folks at Hacienda Ford in Edinburgh, Texas. If you're in the market for a new car or a used car or service to your car, Hacienda Ford out of Edinburgh, Texas. Ask for Raul or Joe. They helped us greatly. Tell them Real Sports Live said to come by. Got a story today that they didn't help somebody, so I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them tomorrow and say, hey, I'm promoting the heck out of you guys. Get the deal done. 21-19. Again, title sponsor Hacienda Ford here on Real Sports Live.
Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Back here at Sam Stadium on a Saturday night, an Eagle player was shaken up, went off under his own power, but now as Weslaco East is over on the sideline, these officials spot the football. They could start the clock right away. They haven't just yet, and allow the Wildcats to get up to the line of scrimmage. They'll start the play clock and game clock at the same time and wind them up. 2:21 left in the ball game. Pitch back, and here comes Garza, left-hand side. Hit inbounds at the 40, got to the 39, tried to get out of bounds, did not. And after a, call it a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7, but now the clock goes under 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Weslaco East facing 2nd and 7 in the passing game. The Wildcats are 0 for 2. Down by 2. 2nd down, twos are wild. Here comes Vasquez, right side this time, runs through a tackle, got to the 30. That's a first down for the Wildcats. Ramsey Vasquez lowered his head, gains 11. Now they stop the clock with 1:38 to go. Ball inside the Eagle 30. You go back and find what is the range of the Weslaco East kicker. I'll talk about conditions. There is absolutely no wind tonight at Sam Stadium. So the only thing that will affect the kick is pressure. First down for the Wildcats at the Eagle 29. Be a 47-yard field goal attempt from right here if they had to attempt it. They'll run it. Garza gets stood up this time, thrown backwards. Russell Garza brought down after a yard gain. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball down at the 29. Again, it's probably a 46-yard field goal from right here. Here comes Muniz running to the corner on the outside, gets out of bounds, hit real hard, thundered out of bounds at the 25. That'll stop the clock with 59 seconds to go. Muniz will feel that one tomorrow. Ended up gaining 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now if you kick the field goal, it would be a 42-yard attempt for Weslaco East. It's 3rd and 6. They've attempted 2 passes in the game, incomplete on both. They'll line up with a double tight end set, full house backfield. Villalobos turns, hands it off to Vasquez up the middle, stretches near the 20. And now the decision time comes. That's short of first down yardage by about a yard. It's 4th down for Weslaco East from their opponent's 21. They do have a timeout left. They're going to leave the offense on the field. Wow. Mike Burgett trusting those big, beefy linemen up front. 4th and 2, down 2. They'll pitch it back, running play, and they'll blow it dead. Timeout, Coach Burgett. Boy, he rolled the dice there. Will he again? We'll find out.
the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here, let me set the scene for you here. Coach Burgett had that offense lined up, and they took a snap. But right as they were doing so, he took a timeout. Stopped the clock with 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, used his final timeout. It's 4th down and 2 from the Eagle 21, and they'll bring the field goal unit in to attempt a 32-yard field goal. Out of the hole, the Raven Figueroa. Gilbert Garza from dead center in the field will attempt a 42-yard field goal for what would be the win for Weslaco East. As the Wildcats are looking to win this game. Eagle fans now making some noise as that defense tries to get them pumped up. It is 4th down, so you got to either boom this through, or if you fake it, you better get a first down if you're Weslaco East. 42-yard field goal attempt. Raven Figueroa, the holder. The center is Steely Munoz. The kicker is Gilbert Garza. 25 seconds left, 42-yard attempt for the Wildcats. Snap back high, they get it down, the kick is away, and no good. No good. Hanna maintains a 2-point lead. And in week 3, they may finally exercise those demons of extra points affecting losses. It was a high snap that Raven Figueroa did a good job of just getting to it and then getting it down in place for Garza to approach. Garza knuckleballed it. It really never had a chance to get through there. And so the Hanna Eagles send the offense on the field. Victory formation. Take a knee. Wildcats don't have any timeouts left, and this one's going to go in the books for a Hanna win. And you're looking at what will be 1-2 teams after 3 weeks of play, and a total of 11 points separating them from wins and losses. East falls here to the Hanna Eagles. Offense, Weslaco East outgains Hanna 357 to 340 in total offense. Welcome to our Hacienda Ford postgame show. Hacienda Ford out of Edinburgh, Texas. A new or used car and the need for a service of your car. Hacienda Ford, proudly presenting high school sports here on Real Sports Live. Eagles hang on for the win. It's going to do it for the broadcast. They're already shutting things down here in the press box. It's a Saturday night. Thanks again for everyone that watched the game. Reminding you can watch replays of this one. Also watch the highlights. Until next time from Sam's Stadium, where maybe another extra point will decide a game. Good night, everybody.